All right, welcome back, everyone. Dirt Racing Network's continuing coverage of the Hales Corners Speedway Sim Racing League. Drivers wrapping up the drivers' meeting. Got a couple of minutes to go here before they are going to put the street stocks out here on Lanier. If you were here a few minutes ago, you watched a great finish to the late model race, and with J.J. Schilling picking up the victory, Reed Rundle running second there. Those two move into a tie for the points lead in that division, ahead of Andy Gross. 10 points ahead of him. They are both tied at 245 points, with Gross sitting at 235. Coming in here tonight into this division, Reed Rundle, your points leader, 203 markers. Nick Sobiak at 199 and J.J. Schilling at 195. Andy Gross in fourth. Rick Tagman in fifth. Blake Johnson, Derek Failing, Chris Johnson, Ryan Fisher, and David Kinjerski rounding out your top 10. So, points kind of all over the place right now for guys. Down to about a minute and a half to go in this warm-up session before the street stocks go. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thanks for spending Sunday evening with us here at the Dirt Racing Network. If you're on any of the Facebook pages, drop by the Dirt Racing Network, like, share, and follow us on our way to 10,000 and down around 200 to go with that. If you're over on YouTube or Twitch, subscribe to the channel every time we go live. Final show for the evening, this evening right here. Then tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, Dominic Santino will be on the call for the Dirt Slingers, a Monday Night Thunder 360 series. They'll be at Lernerville. And we'll turn around and bring a Sim 500 Dirt Division to a close on Tuesday night about 9:15 Eastern with their late models and season finale. So they'll crown 2 champions in that deal. And we will be off the rest of the week for the holidays. We will get fired back up again next Sunday night for a full week of racing as we head into the final month of what has been the wildest year I think I've ever seen or heard of, as 2020 finally coming to a close. And I pray that at the stroke of midnight on the 31st, 2021 changes a lot of things. So, 22 cars checked in for us here. Rick Tackman, quickest in practice. Not by much, though. 3/100ths of a second. Practice winding down. That means they're going to head to qualifying, and that means it is time for our pre-race ceremonies. Take it away, Mr. Public Address Announcer.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, a big thank you to the Foleys once again. So we are watching J.J. Schilling do his qualifying right now. 9th quickest on his first lap. Andy Gross, quick time, 16.824 seconds. Here comes Schilling out of turn 4. Is he going to better his 964? He does not appear. He does 954, but that does not change his position on the qualifying pylon, as qualifying pretty much wrapped up. Nick Sobiek, second quick. And then Reed Rundle. Third, Ryan Fisher, David Kinjerski, your top 5 in qualifying. Hey, Mr. Ramon. You got some Dean Burnt fans going on here, so that's a good deal. Guys, don't be afraid to say hi in chat. Tell me where you are tuning in from. Always like to know where the fans are at. Three heat races. B-main and a 35-lap feature. As we get ready to go street stock racing. Hopefully it'll be just as exciting as the late model race was. Those guys were too wide, too deep up there. So Lola, or is it Iola? Iola, is that right, Mr. Gross? Iola, Wisconsin? All right, lights are on around the speedway. Man, that was quick. The sun turned off, the lights turned on. Heat race number 1. 8 cars scheduled to be in this heat race. On the pole, the Renegade race cars. Renegade Racing number 67 from Hartford, Wisconsin, R.J. Tackman. And to his outside, the Kierzek Electric LLC, a number 00 from Waukesha, Wisconsin, Blake Johnson. Row 2 on the inside, the Pincala Auto Solutions number 41 from Oak Creek, Wisconsin, Ryan Fisher. And on his outside in the Shark RC Bodies, Gross Racing, a number 14 from Hartford, Wisconsin, Andy Gross. The Sorens Ford, number 11 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Ricky Johnson, inside of row 3. And on the outside of that row, the Lucas Oil Culvers GSR, number 3 from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, Ryan Bueller. I think that car's going to have a 7 on it. I don't think it's going to have a 03 on it. On the inside of row number 4 in the CJR, Pride of Tosa, number 64, that is Randy Brunner from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. And on his outside in the Black Flag Racing, number 10 from West Allis, Wisconsin, Tony Ichkowski. That's going to be your starting grid. Drivers rolling off. I think we're going to find a Mr. Brunner. Mr. Ichkowski already rolling the 10 car into the infield. So 7 cars look like they're going to make the start for us here. A 7 car on the outside of the third row there. Very familiar with that driver. I think he's about to pick up a late model championship and probably an overall championship there in Sim 500 here on Tuesday night. So see what he does with the Hales corners, guys. As the pace truck heads to the infield, heat race number 1.
Green.
Under the green flag, and we are racing, and everybody nice and tight, and here comes Gross. Sticking the nose of that 14 car right up the middle. He moved Johnson right up the hill, and he takes second away. Johnson clips the fence. 3 wide. Fisher, Johnson, and Johnson. Up the hill is Bueller, trapped in behind the 41 of Ryan Fisher. He sits in that 5th spot right now as he got around Blake Johnson. That's your final transfer car, that black number 7 machine right there. Tackman putting the 67 right against the inside wall, and he is holding the lead. So we've completed 2 of our scheduled 10 for the heat race. Watch these two cars right here. Andy Gross. 2 weeks ago on a Sunday night, swept both races. Had a big mishap in the late model race just a little bit ago on the last restart with 2 to go. And put that thing on its lid down in turn number 2. Ended up coming home 19th after running in the top 3 the entire night, and that cost him the points lead, but he is closing in at the end of lap number 4, right on that rear bumper cover of the 67 as Tackman slides it up the hill just a little bit, opened the door. Gross couldn't shove the nose in there and force him up the hill going into 3 and 4. So keep Tackman on the point for now. 5 down, 5 to go. In behind that, Ricky Johnson has settled into third, but he's got company with Fisher. Fisher right up against it. Against that outside fence right now. Bueller trying to put the nose of the 7 machine down on the inside. Good battling up front. 3 to go this time by. You're watching 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You saw Bueller go way up the hill. That is going to keep him relegated to 5th as we are inside. 3 to go. Tackman still keeping that purple number 67 in front of the 14 of Andy Gross. Gross sitting it in there. Oh, a little tap this time going down the corner. Very light contact. Tried to get the 67 out of shape. Now gets him up the hill. He's up along the side. They're going to go through 3 and 4. Door to door. We'll see if there's any contact. A slight bit of rubbing and bumping as they get to the line. Tackman comes home with the victory. Gross is second. Johnson in third. Fisher and Bueller 4th and 5th. We'll see Blake Johnson, Randy Brunner, and Tony Itzkowski in our B main here in a little bit. Great finish there on the last lap. Good move from Gross to move Tackman up the hill as we get ready for heat race number 2. On the pole in the 112 machine, the Shark RC Bodies. That is Chris Johnson from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. And on his outside, in the number 49, the Napa Auto Parts machine, going to be Jordan Matson. Row 2 on the inside, the 15 car of David Konjerski. On his outside, the RLV Faster Motors. VLR number 23 from Big Bend, Wisconsin, Nick Sobiek. Third row inside, the 99 car Brandon Hall. On the outside of him, the 21 of Corey Funk. And on our back row on the inside, the 34 car of Dean Gagliano. Gary Budzine. Admin duties. So he will not be starting the heat race, guys. Hello, Mr. Nichols. How you doing this evening, buddy? All right, green this time out of turn number 4. Chris Johnson on the pole, green flag in the air, and he's going to get a pretty average start right there. They're side by side. He got a little bump in the butt there from Konjerski, as they're going to be 2 wide, 3 wide behind the front 2 rows. Johnson grabs the lead. Konjerski up to second. Here comes Corey Funk, the 21 car into third, 3 wide behind him. Sobiek moves the 23 car as he threads the needle into fourth. And it's going to be Jordan Matson, that 49 car, in the 5th spot for now. Now Funk was a little out of shape, and I thought for a second Sobiek was going to have a run at him, but it didn't materialize on the front stretch. But Matson's trying to make the outside work and move that 49 machine into a good spot, get him off the bubble here as he went way wide. 3 and 4 open the door for Hull. Right now, Brandon Hull not able to capitalize. keep Chris Johnson in the front. Konjerski a second. Battle starting to shape up for third. Sobiak got the 23 car down the inside on the front stretch. Moved the 21 car to the outside in 1 and 2, and now they are dead heat into 3 and 4 as we reach the halfway point in heat race number 2. Still side by side for third at the line. Sobiak trying to work the bottom. Can't get in there deep enough to make the slide job work. He's going to have to check it up. That's going to keep them side by side one more time around. Johnson and Konjerski starting to get away from these two. But Matson in fifth is starting to close, and he's still got Brandon Hall right behind him. Gagliano in the 34 machine still tight in seventh. Now Funk puts an entire car link between himself and Sobiak. 21 car into third, Sobiak into fourth. Sobiak trying to make another run at it. Got the nose down the inside with 2 to go this time. See if he can do anything out of 2. Just too much momentum off the top side and a little wiggle out of the 23 car right there off the bottom. And Sobiak going to be relegated back to sitting in fourth as they come to the white flag. Chris Johnson right through the middle of the track. It looks like the 112 machine will be running in our feature this evening, and he's going to start close to the front. He's going to win heat race number 2. Konjerski second, Funk, Sobiak and Matson third, fourth, and fifth. We'll see Hull and Gagliano in the B main. Seven cars scheduled for our third and final heat race. Going to be the Burnside Motorsports number 55 from Franklin, Wisconsin, of John Burnside on the pole, and on his outside, the 1 car of J.J. Schilling. Row 2 on the inside, the Scrub-a-Dub Car Wash, number 8. It's a Black Flag Racing entry from Waterford, Wisconsin. Peter Brees, and to the outside of him, the Buddies Racing Equipment TDC Race Team, and number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. Third row on the inside, the I-94 Raceway, number 17 from Slinger, Wisconsin, Dean Burnt. To the outside of him in the Mountain Dew, number 33 is going to be Kyle Trito. And on the back row, Dean Wallach in the 126 machine. A flat orange and black car at the back of the pack here. Burnt back in that black car again this week. That didn't work out good for him last week. We made mention of it in the broadcast. We'll see what he does here. Needs to be in the top 5 as the top 5 from each heat at the finish. Transfer directly to the feature. Everybody else goes to B main. We'll be looking for 5 cars from the B main into our A main tonight. We're going green out of turn number 4 right here. John Burnside brings us to it. Green flag in the air, and he gets a pretty good start. Schilling trying to make a little ground up. Gets the door slammed on him. Burnt goes inside to out. Here comes Brees. Schilling's in the middle. Burnside to the top side. That was 3 wide, headed into turn 3. Don't know how it's going to shake out of the corner. J.J. Schilling is going to have your race lead at the end of lap 1. Peter Brees in the second. And John Burnside was third. Reed Rundle was sitting in fourth. Rundle tried to get in there and stick the nose on the inside. The exit of 2 on Brees just couldn't make it happen. Now he is dead even coming out of 4 with John Burnside, but that doesn't stay that way for long. This time out of 2, will Rundle have the spot? Yes, he does. Burnside got way wide in turn 2, moved Rundle to third, Burnside to fourth, and Dean Burnt in that black 17 machine now is making a bid to take fourth away from John Burnside. Burnside just way too deep into 1, slides it way wide at the exit of 2, and he has given up spots the last 2 laps in a row on the exit of turn number 2. Schilling is still out in front, 6 laps to go. Running a little bit of a modified slider line, almost a diamond type corners. He goes in kind of in the middle. Now he's going to hold it there. Last time he came off very low on the exit of turn 4. Halfway home, final heat race. Schilling, Brees, Rundle. Rundle starting to close the gap on the 8 machine of Brees. Burnt into fourth. Burnside is fifth. Then Wallach and Trito battling for sixth and seventh. Pretty decent side-by-side battle at the back of the pack. It has been all Schilling since he split the difference in turns 3 and 4 on lap number 1. He has had the lead to himself. You saw Rundle try to make a run across the backside of Reese there. Tried to go inside out. He is trying to run about a lane up from the slick in the middle of both ends of the track here. Currently the points leader in the series. He's running third in his heat race. He'll definitely transfer to the feature. The white flag in the air, J.J. Schilling. Can Schilling get it done here in a heat race and then turn that into a feature win and sweep tonight? That'd be 3 weeks in a row that a driver swept both races. He definitely is going to win heat race number 3, and he'll take Brees, Rundle, Burnt, and Burnside to the feature with him. Wallach and Trito will be in the B main, but Schilling picks up the win in the late models, and if he can parlay that into a win in the street stocks tonight, Gross will have done it 2 weeks ago. Rundle did it last week, and if Schilling can pull it off, that'll be 3 weeks of sweeps in a row. B main gridding out on the track, scheduled for 8. Brunner and Wallach on row 1. Hull, Blake Johnson, row 2. Gagliano and Trito in row 3. And it's Kowski and Budzine scheduled for row 4. I don't know if we're going to see either one of those guys. I think we're going to have 6 cars. For 5 spots, going to be 15 laps. So only one of these cars will not transfer into tonight's 35-lap street stock feature. So green this time out of 4. Field trying to tighten up.
Green flag, green flag.
And Wallach on the outside. I don't know if they're going to allow that to go or not. We'll see what happens. Randy Brunner, the 64 machine, going to make a pretty quick challenge out of this. He got snookered on the start a little bit. It looks like he's going to try to take the lead at the end of lap 1, and he has got it. Brandon Hull now to the inside. 126 car slow on the top side, and I wonder if maybe they're going to make him move closer to the back. And then he can start his race from there now. As Brunner, Hull, Blake Johnson, Dean Gagliano, and Kyle Trito run to your top 5. Dean Wallach all the way to the back and falling off of the pack quickly. We're going to have a lot of action here towards the front very shortly. As Brunner slid a little wide in 4 and opened the door for Hull. Blake Johnson trying to put the 0-0 car through the middle. Little contact inside, little contact outside. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. That's going to allow Hull to pick up the lead. And it looks like Johnson is going to come away with second. Brunner had to check the car up way tight on the top side. And he is going to fall back to third, at least for the time being. Completing a 5 of the schedule 15. Trito in 4th and Gagliano right behind that. Wallach took the 126 car to the infield, and that is going to do it for him. So the 5 cars on track will be our 5 transfer cars. Everybody's staying in pretty close proximity. Nobody really getting away from the field now. Hull, Johnson, Brunner, the top 3 as we reach the halfway point. B main. You can see Brandon Hull's going right through the middle and then letting the car slide out at the exit of 2. He'll do the same thing down here in 3 and 4. Let's that right rear find a little bit of tack. He's starting to stretch away. Full half second this time. Brunner's 7/10 behind Johnson. Trito closing in on Brunner. The 33 machine starting to reel in that 64 car. He's got plenty of time here. Brunner way wide again, 3 and 4. That allowed Trito to get up alongside for just a split second. Brunner running the diamond line. He's really wide in the center of the corner. See if Trito can get there and force him to stay off the middle on the exit. Not materializing just yet. This is a battle for 3rd and 4th. Gagliano right behind these guys. If there's any kind of contact, he'll be able to jump right up there and move himself closer to the front for the start of our feature. This time, Trito with a good run around the bottom. He had 4th at the line, or 3rd at the line, excuse me. Moved Brunner to 4th. Now gets a good run off the bottom of 2. He's almost got him completely cleared. Brunner just a little hot getting in the corners, and that's what's costing him spots. Now going to run into turns 1 and 2. He's going to slide up the hill, try to keep it out of the 33 car. That was a pretty good move. Caught him back to 1.5 car length, so he was able to pull up alongside. Now he's got the spot back on the exit of 4. We are down to about a lap and a quarter to go here. Brandon Hull, 0.8 of a second over Blake Johnson. We're watching a battle again for 3rd and 4th as Brunner got back around Trito. White flag in the air. Final lap B main. These 5 cars will be transferring to our feature as Wallach in the 126 parked the car early in this one. Brandon Hull will pick up the B main win. Blake Johnson will be 2nd. Randy Brunner is going to come home in 3rd. Kyle Trito in the 4th spot, and Dean Gagliano in the 5th and final transfer spot. So we'll get ready to rack them up for the A main. These guys don't waste any time here. No warm-up, no rest for the weary as they move right along with the program. 20 cars scheduled for 35 laps on the pole. The Pincalo Auto Solutions, number 41 of Ryan Fishers to his outside. The Buddies Racing Equipment, number 43 of Reed Rundle. Row 2, going to be the 21 of Corey Funk on his outside. The Sorens Ford of Ricky Johnson. That's the 11 car. The 8, Scrub-a-Dub Car Wash Machine of Peter Brees inside row 3 with David Konjurski on his outside. One of the Shark RC body cars inside row number 4. That's Andy Gross in the 14 car. And then on his outside, your points leader in the 1 car, J.J. Schilling. The 5th row, the 112 of Chris Johnson. It's another Shark RC Bodies car. And on the outside of him in the Renegade Race cars, number 67, R.J. Tackman. The Faster Motors, number 23 of Nick Sobiak inside row 6 with the I-94 Raceway, number 17 of Dean Burnt on his outside. Row 7, Lucas Oil, number 7 of Ryan Bueller. Inside and on the outside, Jordan Mattinson in the 49 car. Row 8, the 55 of John Burnside, the 99 of Brandon Hull. The 9th row, the 00 of Blake Johnson, the 64 of Randy Brunner. And then Kyle Trito in the 33, Dean Gagliano in the 34, making up the last row in this one. All 20 cars made the call for our feature. 35 laps. Caution laps do not count. Actually, caution laps do count. Caution laps do count. I said that wrong to start with. They'll take an attempt at a green-white checkered if it does fall within the last 2 laps. That's how we saw the 14 car of Andy Gross get upside down in the late model race a little bit ago. So we're watching the 1 car. If he can get to the front and win this thing, that'll be 3 weeks in a row that someone has swept both races. The Hales Corners Speedway Sim Racing League. But our pace truck is about to drop off in turn 4. Green flag is out. We are racing. Off the top side of the 43 car of Reed Rundle. About half a car length to make it 3/4. Heading down into 3 and 4. He's got the lead. 11 car, Ricky Johnson upside down and rolling over. That is going to really do some things. That car rolled around and got onto its wheels, but Ricky Johnson went for one heck of a ride. That is the 11 car on the outside right here, going down the backstretch. Oh, come down off the wall a little bit. Then he finds the opening back there. So heavy damage all around the 11 car. Wild ride for Ricky Johnson there. Rundle, Fisher, Funk, Kinjerski, Brees, Schilling, Gross, Chris Johnson, Tackman, and Sobiek, the top 10 right now. Rundle got around the outside and got the lead from Fisher down the backstretch before the caution came out. All right, pace truck in, restart.
Green flag, green flag.
Into lap 4. Whoa, little contact between the front two on the start. Not sure what was going on there, but it looks like Rundle's going to have the spot. 4-5 wide out of 2. That's never going to work as Funk gets into Kinjerski.
Right,
now into Fisher.
Out.
41 car heavily damaged on the right side. We're not going to see much from this angle. I don't like that. We're never going to do that again. Restarting. We're watching the pink and white car there as he goes down the back stretch. He's good. Right behind him, that 15 car gets pinched by the 21 right there. Not much anyone can do once you're pinned up against the fence. And once again, the opening to the track back there in turn 3. Exacting a heavy toll on the right side of somebody's race car tonight as the 41 machine very, very heavily damaged. That's going to shake a couple of things up at the front for us. Rundle, Brees, Schilling, Gross, Tackman, Johnson. That's Chris Johnson in 6th. Sobiek, Bueller, Ryan Bueller up to 8th. Dean Burnt in 9th. And Jordan Matson now your 10th place car. I saw the contact at the very start on that restart. I don't know what was going on there. If Fisher's car just pulled to the left real hard or what that was. But it, if that was any kind of intentional contact, Karma is a sucker. And it got him on the backstretch. So restart here. End of lap number 8. 27 laps still remaining. And they are in a wad. And there goes Schilling, the one car, around and around. No caution now, caution. We saw Schilling's car get turned around. Got down in the corner and just straight got turned around. Pretty sure this happened from behind. Going to say R.J. Tackman in the 67. Might have given him a little bit of help off the blue nose of that machine right there. Good start. Spins the tires a little bit. Gets it back down in front. Down in the corner. There you go. 67 car. With a little love tap on the left rear corner. So the one car are going to get it righted. A little shakeup as that was inside your top 10. Rundle, Brees, Gross, Johnson, Bueller, Matson, Sobiek, Burnside, Hull, now Kyle Trito, the 33 car, back here in the 10th position, right in front of the damaged car of Ricky Johnson. So Ricky Johnson all the way back up to 11th after his early run-in with the turn 3 outer fence. Well, now if Schilling's going to do it, he's going to sweep tonight. He's got a ton of work in front of him.
Green, green, green.
She is going to restart 20th right here. The green flag back into the air. Brees did not get a good start in the outside in that black number 8 machine. That is going to open it up for Gross down the inside here. Into 3 and 4. Rundle's got the lead. Brees goes wide. That gives Gross position number 2. Brees back to 3 and Ryan Bueller.
All right, man.
Up to 4th and caution again. This time maybe Kinjerski. And Ricky Johnson. Oh, a host of cars. As we see the one car of J.J. Schilling. I think he got his car stopped with what was happening in front. You see it in front. That was the 11 of Ricky Johnson, the 99 car there of Hull, and it just starts a big chain reaction. So a little sloppy on the start here for the street stock guys as we are coming up on the halfway point in this thing already. So Rundle, Brees, Gross, your top three. Bueller, Chris Johnson, Matson, Sobiek, Burnside, Kyle Trito still the top 10. Ninth, and RJ Tackman into 10th, excuse me. Then Fisher, Funk, Hull, Gagliano, Blake Johnson, Brunner, Schilling, Konjerski, Ricky Johnson, and Dean Burnt. Burnt, the 17, in the infield, caught a lot of damage out of that last incident, I think. I know he was right in the middle of it. We look like we're going single file for our restart this time. Right at halfway.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Good a start. Oh, up front, but third place gets a better start than everybody. He's going to pull to the outside. 1 and 2. Andy Gross trying to bring the 14 car to the front. Got his hands full in front of him. That 43 machine, no easy task to pass that guy. As Ryan Bueller now is sitting in the 4th spot. Bueller trying to get past the 2 cars in front of him. We see him every Tuesday night over at the Sim 500. Bueller is going to find his way to get around the front. Now working to the outside of Brees. Battle at the front. Gross put the nose inside on Rundle. Wasn't able to do anything with it. Had to back the car up just a bit. Bueller heavy through 3 and 4. Goes way wide. That isn't going to get it done. Comes Chris Johnson right behind the 112 machine behind Bueller. That's 5th place. Gross is getting closer and closer as Rundle's moved to the 43 up the hill. Rundle trying to use the momentum line to keep the 43 machine in front of the 14. Keeping the rear wheels up in the tacky stuff, keeping them out of the slick. But it's just a shorter way around, and there's just enough grip on the exits that Gross is starting to close in this time out of 4. At the line by just a scant 33 1/1000ths. It was Rundle. They stay like this the next time out of 4. It's going to be the 14 of Gross picking up the lead. As we're coming down 12 to go this time. That time it was Andy Gross. Out of turn 2. Gross by half a car. Brees still 3rd. Bueller's 4th. Johnson still 5th. Rundle's trying to make the top side work, and man, he gets a run out of 4, but it's just not
man,
quite enough.
We
got caution on the speedway again. Brunner this time into the infield wall. Let's see what happened to him. Looks like Funk, Blake Johnson. Oh, the 41 car of Fisher spins out, and that is going to collect Funk's car. Heavy damage to the 21 machine. Got a little help there. Schilling helped the 41 a little bit, it looks like. That may have been a situation where the door got closed on him a little bit late. I'm not sure. Not going to go back and take another look at it as we're inside 10 to go on the restart. Gross, Rundle, Brees, Bueller, Johnson, Matson, Sobiek, Burnside, Tackman, and Trito are our top 10. Should get 1 to go right here. 7 laps to go and we get the green. All right, green. Coming out of turn number 4. 7 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Gross with another Andy Gross restart. Bueller got a pretty good run to the outside of Brees. Don't know if he's going to do anything as Brees got up alongside Rundle for just a second there. Reed Rundle now through the middle in 3 and 4. Nose of the 43 car not quite turning as much as I think he'd like right there. He's going to try to cut down a low out of 2. Had the nose on the inside of the left rear corner. Not enough. 5 to go this time. Andy Gross holding the 14 car out in front of the 43 of Reed Rundle. Now Brees and Bueller side by side for third. That time Ryan Bueller had it at the line. Peter Brees, the 8 car, trying to hang on. Get a podium finish here tonight at Lanier. 4 to go this time by. That time at the line, 3rd place, Ryan Bueller. 4th place, Peter Brees, 66 one-thousandths of a second. Brees ran a faster lap time but wasn't able to get ahead. 3 to go, still Gross, Rundle, now Bueller with half a car. Brees able to make the bottom work a little bit, and he's able to stay close, but this time Bueller clears him going into 3 and 4. Gross has started to put car lengths on Rundle. 2 to go that time by. Gross, Rundle, Bueller, Brees, Johnson, your top 5. J.J. Schilling now inside the top 10 in the 1 car. A little too late for Schilling. Not going to sweep tonight. White flag in the air. Andy Gross, Reed Rundle, Ryan Bueller, 1, 2, 3. This time down the backstretch and into 3 and 4 for the final time. He's going to pick up another win in the series. The 14th car of Andy Gross going to victory lane. Reed Rundle 2nd and Ryan Bueller in 3rd. So Bueller in the debut with the Hales Corners Racer. Going to get him a podium finish. We'll get a chance to talk to Ryan, I think. I hope. Used to talking to him on Discord. So we'll see if he has made his way into the TeamSpeak server as we wait on that 14 car to make his way around and get into the frame. See if he can do that without putting a big dent in it. Yeah, that may be where he parks it. So we'll just leave it right there. We will get over here. Let's see. Is Ryan in? I do not see Mr. Bueller in TeamSpeak. So the 7B driver not here for interviews. So we will have to skip our 3rd place interview and jump right to 2nd place. Reed Rundle. All right, Reed, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir. I certainly am.
Well, another 2nd place finish tonight. Street stock's just a little bit different than the late models, not just because of the look of the car, but the action on the track tonight, man. Talk us through this feature race tonight. It had to be tough as a driver.
Yeah, and the track really slicked off quite a bit and everything. I knew when race control went to single file and Andy got in front of me, it was not going to be easy. I mean, he made a great run to keep it down low, and I was trying to find the bite up top and keep it up there. But when we went single file, it was going to be difficult. Just glad to see a little bit better racing tonight and all across the board.
Well, a fantastic run is not going to really hurt you much in the points. In fact, probably going to put you a little bit further ahead as Schilling had a really bad night and 3rd place. I want to say Konjerski was in 3rd. He did not have a great run himself, so that is going to pad your lead for you a little bit of comfort heading into next week's stuff.
Right now, with the fact, we have 2 weeks that are drop weeks, that is going to, always factor into it towards the end of the season. But so any pad that we can get now is always a help when that comes up.
All right, man. Well, a fantastic night. Talk to us about who's on your car before we let you get out of here.
Yep, PF Flyer Race Cars, Premier Fabricating, of course, Buddy's Racing Equipment is the main sponsor. Central Services, thanks to the wife and for letting us do this a few nights a week. It's always a blast, and great job on the broadcast. And thanks to Scrub a Dub Car Wash and GB Restoration for their sponsorship.
All right, man. Well, you be safe in any travels that you do this week, and we'll see you next Sunday night, buddy.
Thank you, Roger. Have a good one.
Second place finisher, Reed Rundle. Let's move on to our winner tonight, Andy Gross. Andy, you there?
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
I got you, buddy. Nice win tonight. Had to work for it just a little bit, man. Talk to us about this feature race.
Yeah, after the end of the late model race, I was pretty disappointed and wanted to come back a little bit stronger and do whatever I could to not let that happen again. But just trying to be smooth and get through the slick. It's my favorite type of track, and Reed's a hell of a driver, so just pass him nice and clean.
Yeah, a little revenge for how roughly the late model race Andy came in here. And, you didn't start very close to the front. I think you started 7th or even 9th right there, but it didn't take long to see that 14 car knocking on the top 3. How much patience did it take, especially with all the cautions, knowing that things were happening in front of you about half the time?
To be honest with you, I'm probably one of the least patient drivers out there, if you can't tell by the restarts. But just it's about being smart and making moves when, you have the opportunity to make the moves. And that's what it was all about tonight, getting through that slick.
Well, a great run, and that's 2 out of the last 3 here in the street stocks. You pick up the win, so that is definitely going to help you move up from 4th in the points, man. Who's on the car helping you out every week before we let you get out of here and celebrate?
Yeah, we got the Henkel water jet supply wrap on the car again this week. Nate, he's a huge help, and looking forward to more sponsorship going forward with Henkel water jet supplies for all your water jet consumables. As well as Ski Graphics. Obviously, they do the wraps on the car, and we got another wrap coming out. Ski's gonna sponsor some races this year, as well as Shark RC Bodies. Paul Peterson, some of the best RC car bodies for dirt oval in the business. So just wanted to give a shout out to them and my wife for letting me do this on Sunday nights, and I'm glad that we have a good broadcaster, Roger. It's phenomenal, as well as can't think at the moment. Drew a blank.
Well, that'll happen sometimes, especially after an exciting win like this, buddy. We appreciate you chatting with us, and I look forward to seeing you in both series next week.
Thanks, Roger. Have a good night.
Your winner tonight, Andy Gross. We'll run it through our final results. Reed Rundle was 2nd, Ryan Bueller in 3rd. Peter Brees came home in 4th. Great run for the 8 car tonight. Chris Johnson top 5. Nick Sobiak 6th. R.J. Tackman was 7th. J.J. Schilling recovers all the way to 8th. Had a shot at sweeping the night when the night started. Ended up getting spun out there early in this thing. Had to restart 20th, and he works his way all the way back to the 8th spot, so he'll save a lot of points that way. Kyle Trito in 9th. Brendan Hull was 10th. Blake Johnson in the 11th spot. John Burnside comes home in 12th. 13th to Jordan Matson. Dean Gagliano in the 14th spot. Ricky Johnson 15th. David Kinjersi 16th. Ryan Fisher was 17th. Corey Funk 18th. Randy Brunner 19th. And rounding out the field, the 17 car of Dean Burnt. So another great night of racing for the Hales Corners Speedway racers here. Reverse order. Usually we see the street stocks first, the late model second. They reverse the order for the extended feature in their street stocks. We should be back next Sunday night, same time, 8 Eastern for race number 1. Don't forget tomorrow night, Dominic Santino will be on the call for Dirt Slingers. Monday Night Thunder, the 360 cars at Lernerville, presented by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Hope to see everybody in the chat tomorrow night saying hi to Dominic. Guys, until we do see you, for myself and Dominic Santino right here at the Dirt Racing Network, keep it dirty. We'll see you tomorrow.